Hey guys, what's up and welcome back. Now, news update, I'm going to show you guys the last version of the deck before I put it down for Pendulum Magician. The reason why is that next month, well, first of all, the country's under lockdown, so there's no tournaments until next month. Now, next month, Firewall will be legal and I will be glad to play my Firewall. Apart from that, seeing as I'm not going to play until next month, it might as well I show you guys the build because I'm not going to be using it anymore. Now, there were a lot of changes made since the last time. I'll go through them. First up, we have the best girl. I'm going to go through main deck, extra deck, and side today, along with showing you a combo, so this will be a very long video. So I'm going to rush through. Triple harmonizing best girl, you know why she's there. Double iris black fang. They're your high skills, you're required to play one of each. 2 white wing, 2 oath. I might bump oath to 3 because it is very essential to do your combos, especially if you are hand trapped. Oath is almost a necessity. 1 Shanky. I was playing Dragon Call Magician, which was really good. It was extraordinary, where you would summon it and your opponent, alright, you usually summon Barload with Savage with it, and it would double its attack. So a lot of persons were misled because it goes up to 6,000 when your opponent is using Dragonlings, because all of their monsters are dragons, so they're going to run up into a 6,000 monster. So that was actually extraordinary, but you don't need it. I've been doing a lot of practicing, and due to practicing a lot, I've improved a lot, and I was able to realize that I don't need to overextend to do the same combo and end on the same board. So I just stopped. And I've placed in other ways for you to comfortably end on 7 negates easily, even through hand traps. The last magician, the brick, or a semi-magician, because Konami didn't want him to have the name of magician, triple chrono. On to the next set, the dragon stuff. We play triple revolution dragon, triple dark worm, 2 gate zeros to go with him, and now there are 2 cards I have to explain. Now, there are a lot of times I open up triple revolution dragon. I don't think you'd be that unlucky, but I do. So you play the 1 arc dragon as a high skill. So if you're desperate, you need it. And if not, he'll still be a level 7 for you to use your combos. So it's great on all angles. And Luster, unfortunately, I didn't exactly want to play Luster, but let me tell you a fun fact. Luster Pendulum is the only Dragon Pendulum tuner in the entire game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Please, Konami fix this. He's the only Dragon tuner that's a Pendulum. So I am required to play him because he literally is the only one. Now, next one up, 1 tuning magician. I made the mistake of playing double tuning magician. What I did is cut 1 and play for other synchron because it works out the same way. I was right the first time. I regretted playing 2 because I end up always drawing both of them. And if I was drawing both of these, it would have actually worked much better because you always have oath, so there's an instant Savage Dragon when you see this. So I regretted it and I learned my lesson and immediately placed it back in. One thing I did appreciate with double tuning, in grand games, you just bring it back, Celine, go at them strong. With this, it's a little different. You just normal summon and you just go straight into Savage Dragon, but it's still good nonetheless. And then if times are rough, you can always pendulum summon it if gate 0 is in the scale. Then for the requirements, 1 cloak, 1 boot, and 1 0 day. That really rounds it up for your combo pieces that are required. After that, I am playing the only hand trap that you need to play. Triple Gamma, 1 side frame driver. Must play. I really know this is necessary. You don't even want to hand trap them with this going second. If you're going to go second, keep this in your hand, so in case they have Ash or something, you just catch them off guard, you do your full combo. Of course, this means I had to change my extra deck a lot, but it was required. It wasn't even like an option at that point. For spells, we have triple Duelist Alliance, triple Pen Call, triple Shrine, Foolish. So the combos are easy to find. Like, I'm literally playing like 9 cards. So a quarter of your deck contributes towards it. And then the last spell card is called by the grave. So it's literally for a substitute for Gamma. So you're playing basically 4 Gammas. Because the only thing I'm really stopping is Ash. Most other hand traps don't stop me. because what are they going to go solo? So really and truly it's for Ash. And the trap cards are Double Fog, Phantom Knights, Shade Brigandine, and your Pendulum card. Time Pendulum Graph. Self-explanatory for all of these. Now, I'm going to give you a fun fact if you want to understand something. For Phantom Knight cards, you play them in the ratio, since as you are not playing a Phantom Knight deck, you'll play them in the ratio of 2 monsters, 3 spell or traps. The reason why you do this is for the odd scenario where you open one, not every single card in your deck is dead. As a matter of fact, if I open one, I'm not punished because of bricking. If I open one, that means I'm going to get every single one of them in one turn. So it's actually real necessary that you play all of these. A lot of times, you won't even need a 2 Fog Blade, but it does come up. For the extra deck, let's run through. Vortex, self-explanatory, so Pendulum deck. Herald of the Arclight, I'm going to show you how to use that later. Cyframe Lord Omega. The truth is that Omega is really good because it's generic, which is very good because the deck appreciates that. Because a lot of times you'll run out your extra deck really quick. So Omega actually keeps on going back and he keeps on taking a card out of your opponent's hand. And if you have any card that is banished, example, if this is banished along with the driver, I can always use Omega to put it back in the grave and make all of them in the deck live again. It's not a big deal, but a lot of decks, because they can't summon Omega, the rest of the Gammas in their deck is dead. It's a thing to point out. Apart from that, it's really good when you go first, they ask you, your Gamma, that's one card, you make Omega, take a next card out of their hand and do full combo regardless. So it really kills them really hard because they're looking at 7 interruptions with 4 cards. They're dead. And for the rest of the synchros, Savage Dragon and Iggy Azalea. Pretty stuff. For Exceeds, Nightmare, and Absolute Dragon. Nightmare is Nightmare. I am required to play a dark rank 4 Exceed. It is mandatory. I was playing Dweller. Dweller worked out amazing. But Dweller could not have facilitated being a dark monster. There are some times where I end on Absolute on board, and just to give them the 7 negate, I'm required to use Rusty, summon this to where Rusty points to, and pop this so I get the Vortex on the field. The reason why is that I can't control 7 monsters. That's just how the game is played. For extra deck, your most used, linked to Hulky Fibrax. Then we have Cross Sheep, which is really there in case you get Nibiru or something goes wrong. 2 Selena Gomez. Then we have the Codebreaker engine, which is just 2 extra deck monsters. They carry into your Rusty, and that ends on Apollosa. So that's entire of that. And I'm going to put in Firewall, so I'm going to end up cut a few things. I don't think all the subscribers are going to like this, but I'm going to end up cutting this to put in Firewall. Now, this is good and all, but the truth be told, I don't want to play against dinosaurs with this, because one miss and one miss and you're dead. And this is Jamaica. Dinosaurs are here in masses. Virtual World, Drytrons. This kills a lot of them. Don't get me wrong. But you see, for the dinosaur matchup, which is your worst matchup, you don't want to have it because it won't accomplish anything. They always have miss. Like, really, the miss is just glue in their hand. And you see, because they can't book off Moon Firewall, they have to face it. So they have to attack. So they're going to summon Dolka first, and you can always get rid of Dolka with your trap cards. You're going to have Fog Blade at all times if you summon Firewall. At all times. You're going to have 2 Fog Blades. So don't think they can go around you. So they have to face in battle phase. Fog Blade kills the misplay because, have you read Misk? Misk only makes them unaffected from activated effects. So if you activate Fog Blade and equip, it equips no matter what, because being unaffected doesn't stop you from getting equipped. The part of it that makes it negates a continuous effect. It's not an activated effect. The only activated effect is to equip the card. So in other words, your Fog Blade still works even if they miss. Good thing to know, especially that you're going to see a lot of dinosaurs. Alright, that's just a tip. For your extra deck, apologies, your side deck, you play 1 Pranks, triple Lances, completely a staple, that's not even a choice. Triple Dark Ruler no more. Not really a choice again. I have a Feather Duster that's really damaged. 3 Cosmic Cyclone. Triple Evenly Match. And Red Reboot. I really wish this card was at 3. A nice tip to know. Even that this card goes to 3, you play 3 because it has good synergy with your Berserker. You see, because you're going to summon 3 Code Breaker monsters, that means you're going to pop 3 of your opponent's back row, and it doesn't target, just the effect. Right? If your opponent, let's say they had 2, you just use Red Reboot, let them set the next one, pop all 3. Because this didn't target, you just have to activate the effect. It has great synergy with that. Time for the combo. Alright guys, I'm going to show you the revised combo because last time I made a mistake due to forgetting the Apollosa requires non-token. So I thought you could use the Nibiru token. You can't. I'm going to show you the new way to do the combo now. Now, as a reminder, the combo requires these cards. Not exactly specifically everything. This can be any high scale. But it requires these. You will need to see any 2 of these, doesn't matter which 2. As a matter of fact, I can do combos that put up 7 negatives without seeing these, but this is what you should want to see. Then, of course, any 2 at random, so any 2, I'll work with any 2. And from there, Darkworm Pen Call, there's like 6 ways to get into them, probably more. And hopefully see an interruption for Ash. So these are the most staple hand traps you'll see. Ash, Nibiru. And those are the ones you fear the most. Not exactly Ash, but the Nibiru. A lot of persons told me that they wouldn't activate Ash on Shrine. I don't know why. They can probably lose just by that. But okay. So let's do it again. Pendulum, Call, Darkworm. They Ash. Gamma. Negate and destroy. And Ash will resolve. Apologies. As negated. You'll get your 2 search, so you add your next 2 magicians from here. So they've lost a card already. Go for Omega, take a card out of their hand. So they're at 3 cards versus new full combo. So the chances of getting nibs still is there, but as in it's really low. I mean, they'll have it out of 3 cards, but whatever. We're going to use Darkworm effect at gate 0. We're going to scale up from now, so that you don't slip. Normal summon, Link. Hulk effect. Now, please remember we'll play 1 tuning magician, so it has to be here. You will then Link Selena. Selena gets 3 counters. And you can use effect to pull back. At this point in time, they're guaranteed to Nibiru because you're going to go into your Apollosa directly, so it would block them. Happened on me in the week, multiple times actually. They didn't know that I was prepared for it, but kudos to them. So if someone nibs you here, and let's say you get the nibs token here, Cento, which is the worst position for you, there's still ways to do this. You can go full combo. The first is use Oath to get back White Wing to your hand. You can't actually Pendulum summon 2 because you won't have 1 extra monster zone. No, you're going to Pendulum summon this specific scenario. You want to put all monster placement like this. White Wing is required to be here or here if you're going to work on the other side. Harmonizing effect. Summon Shanky. Exceed Shokan. So we're going to use all the summons in the game from the extra deck. We already used Link Summon, Pendulum Summon, time to go Exceed Summon. So we're doing it from backways. That's what she said. And we're going to now use Synchro Summon. Boral. We're going to strap on Celine. Gets a healthy amount of counters. Don't think you guys need to see the counters to change anything. Then we're going to use these 2 to link Shokan into Crushy. Let's work on this side for now. Let's put the guaranteed monsters to stick around this side. To know this summon Cross Sheep, can use Absolute, summon Vortex. And from once Vortex is there, you know this, we're at the safe point. Cross Sheep effect. I get to pull back any level 4 or low. You can pull back a Gamma if you want. Doesn't really change anything, but I don't want that actually. I want Tuning Magician. So I'm going to go Selena Gomez. And Selena will pull back Tuning Magician again. I recommend for you to do the combo here. The Codebreaker combo. The reason why is that I don't want the Tuning Magician to get banished. You may need it somewhere down the line, so you don't want to jump to get rid of it. Because I could have gone Apollosa first. Codebreaker, Swordsman, summon 0 day, Link into Berserker. Berserker will pull back both of them. Because Firewall isn't legal yet, I won't summon it. Unfortunate. So we're going to go into a Rusty. So actually link down to do this. Rusty will send Cloak first to set our Shade Brigandine. We may activate it. Exceed. And fun fact, let's say you opened up more traps. Like, not in this specific scenario, but if you open traps and you didn't have enough space, you can always use Rusty to pop Selena on the field. The reason why you do this is most persons make the mistake thinking the counters are here. The counters are actually on Borrel. So if this goes, Borrel attack will decrease to 3000. Oh, my apologies, I didn't even put the Exceed on the field as yet. So you will be reduced back to 3000, but you get your back row to be smooth and clean again, ready for use. Now, what you're going to do is actually banish Cloak now to get boots. You can just special boots because you have Rusty on field. Link on up. Apollosa. You can banish your Rusty and Fogblade. So if they thought they were going to attack to go through you, that's not going to happen. So that's 2 Book of Bone, 2 more negates, a next negate, that's 5. That's 6. This is 7. 7 negates. Alright, so this is if you get Nibiru and Ash. Remember that they're going to start off with 4 cards, so good luck to them. I hope they open with the universe because they're going to need it. There are different ways I change things up. Example, a lot of times, let's say I didn't find a way to go into Savage Dragon. You shouldn't worry. What I did was that you could use Boots, and you can use Tuning Magician, and you can always go into your Herald. And Herald destroys Dragon Links because they like to pitch from the hand or deck to graveyard. So all those Ravine and all that BS, that's done. Okay, that's out of the window. So Brotar is going to banish their card if they try to do anything, and that's it for those. And you still end up on 7 negates. So in the event that you don't open Savage, that's completely fine. And in this scenario, if you didn't have Oath, it's completely fine, but you'd be required to find another monster in hand, and you'd still be able to do the full combo. That's all it requires. And even then, even if you didn't find it, you could end on the Herald instead of Savage. So you still end on 7 negates. And Herald blocks certain decks because they need to send from deck to grave and other stuff. And a neat little trick, example, someone summons something with 1200, like a virtual world with 1200, and they want to kick this down first. So you Fogblade this in the battle phase, so they can't attack it. The thing is, you can still use Herald to negate and destroy, because this leaves the field. Herald is no longer effective because he's not on the field. You'll still get the negate and destroy. Sorry, this was a really long one. I'm not going to keep you guys any longer. Thanks for watching. Rate, comment, subscribe, and I'm out. Have a great day.